Good evening. My name is Dasha Dyson, and today I would like to interview questions about early adulthood and millennials. But before we start, if you could please state your name and age.
My name is Daria Johnson, and I am 23 years old.
Okay. Also, before I get into the questions, I would like to make sure I have your consent for using recorded footage as well as your responses for academic student project.
Yes, Dasha has my consent.
Okay. So the first question is going to be, what are your thoughts on marriage?
I really value marriage. I see it as kind of like a sacred unity between two people. I feel like it's kind of an important step to make in your relationship once you get there, because it just kind of shows that you're ready to really be committed to one person and really start your life and be unified with one person. I really appreciate marriage.
So the next question is going to be, do you plan on staying at your current job for the next 5 to 10 years?
Currently, no. The job that I have is more of kind of like a surface level job, I guess I could say. I'm about to graduate, so I'm looking to get into a job that's more into my field. So as of right now, no.
Okay. Well, this also ties into this question I just asked you, but do you believe your current job will be able to pay off any debt left from your education? That's if you have any debt.
I think if I were to stay at my current job that I have right now, it probably could over some years, but I kind of rather find a more steady job that has a higher pay that can pay off my loans quicker, because I have a lot of them.
Don't be old. Next question is, when you think about working, do you think about the money you're making, or do you actually think about the work that you're putting into that job?
I'd have to say a little bit of both. It really depends on where I'm working. I think if it's a job I'm not really too fond of, which sometimes you are in those situations, then it's more about the pay. Because if I'm getting paid a decent amount, then I'm like, okay, I can put up with this job. But if it's somewhere that I know that I love and love to do and love the people around me, then it's definitely going to be about the work that I'm putting in to make the job as a whole better.
And the last question is going to be, do you believe your current job fits your lifestyle expenses? So any extra expenses you have within your life?
I have to say no, only because I'm a very spoiled individual. I'm trying to get out of that behavior and that those mannerisms, but my current job definitely does not suffice for the lifestyle that I like to live.
Okay. And so just to give you a little bit glimpse of the project, basically the world has misconceptions about millennials. Some people think of millennials as lazy, they switch jobs a lot, they don't want to get married. So with these answers, I'm taking your answers and comparing it to credible sources, and you see does those answers really match up? Can all those stereotypes actually true? What differs? So yeah, that concludes the project. Well, that concludes the interview, and I do thank you for answering my question.
Of course.
Hope you have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Dasha Dyson, and for today's interview, we are discussing adulthood. So before we start, if you can please state your name and your age.
Michelle Taylor, 40.
Okay. And before we actually start the questions for the interview, I would like to make sure I have your consent for using the recorded footage and your responses for academic school project.
Yes.
Okay. So the first question we're going to start off with is, what are your thoughts on marriage?
Wow. Marriage is a good thing, I think. It keeps the household together. Your finances are together. Your children, I believe, they thrive in a two-parent household. So I think marriage is a great thing.
Okay. The next question is, do you plan on staying at your current job for the next 5 to 10 years?
Yes.
Okay. Following up with that question is, do you believe your current job will be able to pay off any debt left in your education if you have any debt?
Yes.
Okay. Next question is, when you think about working, do you think about the money you're making, or do you think about the work that you're actually putting into the job?
The money.
Okay. And the last question is, do you believe your current job fits your lifestyle expenses?
Yes.
Okay. So to give you a little glimpse about the project and the questions I just asked you, um, the world views millennials, and they have a stereotype about millennials. Some people see them as lazy, they don't keep a job, and they have different thoughts on marriage. So those are why I asked you some of those questions. And with this project, we're gonna compare, what the data say against the answers I've got from you.
Okay.
You have any questions you want to ask me about the project, or anything you want to add or say?
No, not at this time.
Oh, well, I thank you so much for taking your time out and answering my questions for me, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too.
You're welcome.
Hello, my name is Jacob, and I am 26 years old. My current job right now is I'm a delivery driver, and I would have to say that I don't plan on being at this job in the next 5 to 10 years because right now this is just something that I'm using to help pay my way through school, pay what I do have to pay to stay on my feet and everything right now. I believe that it fits my lifestyle because I'm always on the go. I have a lot of extracurricular activities that I do outside of work and outside of school. So the way that the hours work for me with this job is something that I really do appreciate and value because it allows me to stay, available for everything else that I have going on as well. As far as the pay and the effort that I put in, I actually researched that a lot and made sure that I compared it to the jobs that I had before because this was something that I really wanted to consider. How much money was I going to be making? Was the money that I was going to be making worth it, or was it going to equal up to the same amount? And it was because not only is there a higher higher salary or higher pay rate, but they also pay you for my position. They pay as far as things for mileage compensation and tips as well. As far as today's society and and technology goes, I believe that the advancements in technology are absolutely ridiculous. Like there are so many things that I probably only could imagine happening as a kid that I'm currently watching the possibility of that coming true now unfold before my eyes, whether it's on social media, in person, on TV, whatever the case may be. As far as my educational upbringing and educational wealth, I'll say that there was a lot of things that were put in place for me so that way I was able to get to the spot that I'm at now, which being in school, being in college, and being able to handle the workload that comes with that and everything else. I have balance outside of that life as well.
Hello, my name is Kaya Jaylene.
All right, question number 1. Do you plan on staying at your current job for the next 5 to 10 years?
Yes, I do. It keeps me striving through the day.
Question number 2. Do you believe your current job fits your lifestyle?
Yes, it does. It helps me think about the people in the community and helps me.
Number 3. Within working at any job, did you think about how much money you're making or the work you're putting into it and why?
Oh, yes, indeed. It helps me very much. It helps me take care of myself and my family.
Number 4. What or how do you see technology and its development within society?
Technology has become very popular and has new ways through technology, but it really helps people. But in some ways, it may make very much a lot of people lazy.
Question number 5. Within your upbringing and educational wealth, how did you succeed?
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
What's up, y'all? My name is Taylor Davis. I'm a graduate of North Carolina Central University, class of 21. Shout out Eagles, all that great stuff. I'm on here answering a couple of questions about about me in general. And my first one is, do I plan on staying at my current job for the next 5 to 10 years? Right now, I'm a current associate at Food Line, and I definitely don't feel like staying here for the next 5 to 10 years. My last current job, I was a door-to-door salesman at Google Fiber. It definitely was a great experience for me. Unfortunately, they did let me out because I did have a lower performance. I couldn't help that in general, but overall, I did love my experiences while working at that job. And if I could definitely go back, I probably would, but at the same time, I definitely want to experience something else new. My second question is, does my current job fit the best style of me right now? And currently, no, because I feel like I'm so different and orientated around like so many different things. I feel like I'd be useful with like technology. Overall, I feel like I'm strong physically and mentally, so I feel like I can be useful in many different aspects as well. Within working your job, this is question number 3. Within working at any job, do you think of how much money do you make and the work you're putting in? And overall, I do think about that. Because I feel like as much work as I do put in, I also want to be like, I want all my money to represent all the work that I did put in as well. So I definitely want to make sure I put in all the work I can so I get back all the money that's supposed to be coming back to me in general. Question 4 is, how do you see technology and life and society now? I feel like it's really a great experience with technology in general, but overall, technology, I really feel like it ruined us, like in a sense, because everybody's always on, like, got a phone in their face, got a computer in their face. We don't have any social interactions. Everybody's starting to get weird. That everybody, so like everybody wants to have that social interaction. Everybody wants to have the connection in general, but we gotta get our face out the phones and screens and everything else like that. And within my upbringing, educational wealth, how was I able to succeed? In general, my mother, she really stayed on me time and time again. She's like, okay, if I really want to be this successful person, I got to do X, Y, and Z. And all I do is just have to follow her instructions. And, she was always hard on me. My grandma was hard on me. My aunt, my uncle. So, I really thank the women in my life and like the few men in my life that really helped me to be successful. Overall, I'm good.